So you want to save money with frugal living, and you're looking for some great frugal living habits for the new year or anytime. I got you. In this video, I'm going to share 10 of my favorite frugal living habits. Join me. Welcome, I'm Amy, and here at Frugal Over 50, I give you tips and tools for frugal living. Hola a todos, el día de hoy les voy a compartir 10 de mis hábitos favoritos frugales. Number 1, grocery store price comparisons. This is one of my very favorite frugal habits. I love this habit because as I check prices across a variety of different stores near me, I can determine, for instance, which store tends to always have the best price on produce, which store has the best price combined with quality on meat, which store has the best price on household goods. When I compare prices like that, I can shop wisely, I can shop with intention, I can stay on budget, and I eat really well. Plus, it's kind of a fun game. I'm curious, do you do grocery store price comparisons? And if so, how do you do it? I tend to just keep a general running total in my head, but I know some people probably write prices down, sometimes even on the products themselves. Tell me your favorite strategy, and if you haven't started yet, compare your grocery store prices. Number 2, make yourself fancy coffee at home. Now, I talk about this all the time, and I have to be honest, one of the reasons I started my channel is because I had such a bad habit of going to the coffee shop once or even twice a day. And when I started my channel and stopped going to the coffee shop, I discovered I had a few $100s, quite honestly, that I had left in my checking account at the end of the month because I was making my coffee at home. And ever since then, I have been an ambassador of making your coffee at home. My current favorite is a marshmallow hot chocolate mocha type of a thing because I found marshmallow whipped cream at the store and I started putting it on top of my coffee with hot chocolate mixed in. It is absolutely delicious, and I genuinely don't think that I could get this at any of my local coffee shops except for coffee shop Chez Moi. If you haven't started making your favorite drink at home, give it a try. Even if you always thought, oh, I don't think I could do it. I bet you can. You can make your favorite coffee, your favorite tea, your favorite soft drink even. And if you're already doing this, even if you've already shared this before, tell me your favorite recipe for how do you make your coffee, your tea, your other drinks at home. Number 3, a laptop desk, meaning a little desk that you set on your lap and that you put your laptop on top of. This is a great frugal living tip for me, as it turns out, for 2 reasons. It brings the laptop itself just high enough to be comfortable so that I can sit with good posture. And once we're over 50, anything that we can do to keep ourselves from hunching over, well, that's a good thing. Also, I find that if I have to go and pick up the laptop desk and put it on my lap, it gives me just a moment of time where I can think before making that impulse purchase on my computer that I was going to make. And I find that helps me on my frugal living journey as well. Good posture, less spending, it's a good choice. Number 4, consider glasses versus contacts for your own particular needs and identify which is the best choice. I'm assuming if you're watching this and you're over 50, you probably need a little help with your vision, and it's worth investigating what is the most economical way to see as clearly as you need to. I've tried a variety of solutions, and at the moment, with my vision the way it is, what works best for me is a combination of these guys. These are progressive lenses. I can see far, middle, and close up. They're quite nice for just walking around all day. And then I have these guys that are single vision for close up that I use for reading and even for the computer. And I like these as well. If you wear glasses and you're over 50, you may be saying to yourself, why is this on a frugal living list? Glasses are really expensive, especially as we get older. But if you consider carefully what are your needs and what options are available to you, then you can make the most frugal choice so that you can use your eyes as you want to. It may not be cheap, but it will be frugal to look honestly at all of your choices. Like I tried contacts and I tried to love them and I just don't. And they're really pricey. Even these guys that cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars turn out to be cheaper in the long run than contacts for me. It may be exactly the opposite for you. So look at your situation and decide if you want to be 4 eyes, 6 eyes, or contacts, or some combination of the above, and make your eye health as frugal as possible. If you're getting value out of this video so far, would you give it a like and consider subscribing to join the Frugal Over 50 community, and definitely share this video with a friend or 10. If you'd like to contribute to the growth of the channel, click the link below for Coffee, where you can make a one-time contribution or become a monthly member. Number 5, use your local public library to get ebooks. You can also get paper books, but I have been loving getting ebooks. I use the Overdrive app and sometimes the Libby app, which I understand is soon to replace it. I love to get ebooks. I'm constantly reading on my Kindle. You see how it looks like it opens like a book? I love this thing. This Kindle Paperwhite that I have is 10 years old and going strong, and I read ebooks from the library on it every day. In case you're looking for some good library reads, I have a couple of recommendations for you. I just finished a book called Vespertine by the author Margaret Rogerson. It's a wonderful young adult high fantasy, and I love high fantasy, and it's beautifully written with a very complex protagonist, and it suits my need for adventure minus romance. I love the main character so much. The storyline is complex and rich. The world building is absolutely immersive. If you love high fantasy and YA novels, give it a try. I also read Hench by Natalie Zena Walschaerts, one of my all-time favorite books that I will have ever read in my lifetime. I'm absolutely certain of it. It is an urban fantasy riff on superheroes and supervillains and their hench people, featuring Hench, the main character. Again, one of my favorites. The character arc that our main character goes through is powerful and intense, and I was left with wanting to just go right back and start reading it again. It was so compelling. And I'm currently in the middle of reading The Turbulence Duology by author Samit Basu. It's another riff on superheroes and supervillains told in such a unique way. I don't even know how to describe this. Multiple points of view, set in India and then traveling all over the world. Can't recommend it highly enough if you love superheroes, supervillains, and urban fantasy. Are you reading something that you've gotten from the library that you really love? Tell us your favorites down below. Number 6, library audiobooks. I also listen to audiobooks all the time, again using Overdrive and Libby, and I love to listen to entire lengthy series. One of my favorites right now is the Mrs. Jeffries series by Emily Brightwell, narrated by a couple of different people, and they're both really good. It's a very, very long series set in Victorian England in which the household staff of a police detective helps him to solve crimes without him knowing about it. It's very sweet and quite lovely. I'm also a longtime fan of the Meg Langslow series by Donna Andrews. I have listened to some of her books so many times that I can almost quote them, and I still keep going back. It's like my comfort food in an audiobook. Bernadette Dunn is the narrator, and she's absolutely brilliant. I also adore the Auntie Lee series by author Ovidia Yu. It's set in Singapore, and Auntie Lee is an older woman who solves crime from her restaurant. And it is a delight. If you have not discovered the Auntie Lee books, either in ebook form or audiobook form, I cannot recommend them highly enough. Are you listening to anything on audiobook right now? Tell us below, what do you love? Give us more things to listen to. Number 7, I love to listen to free podcasts. One of my favorites right now is Maintenance Phase with Michael Hobbs and Aubrey Gordon. They have the most wonderfully comprehensive discussions about body image, body size, and all of the messages that we have internalized about what bodies should be and do. And I just can't recommend this podcast highly enough. Another one that I dearly love is called Talking Tudors, hosted by Natalie Gruninger. It is such a thought-provoking and thoughtful look at a period of history that seems quite compact, and yet I always come away from listening to her podcasts thinking about so many new things and really comparing the Tudor period to our times and finding comparisons and connections. I really love both of these. They are available for free on any podcast app. Do you have a favorite podcast? Well, let's also add to our podcast lists. Number 8, free streaming services. Yes, you heard me right. You can get free streaming services depending on what device you have that gives you streaming services. I have this little beauty here, a Roku streaming stick. It's about a generation behind in the Roku universe, but it still works great. And with the Roku streaming stick, I get many channels that I can stream for free without a subscription. And one of my favorites is on the Roku channel itself, and I bet it will be no surprise after all of the things that I have told you that I like, that I love Murder, She Wrote, and you can watch all of the Murder, She Wrote TV shows and TV movies on the Roku app for free. In fact, when I get done recording videos today, I will probably sit down and relax with a Murder, She Wrote. I love Jessica Fletcher. I want to be her when I grow up, but possibly minus a few of the murders. Do you have any free streaming services that you use and that you recommend? Tell us down below. Number 9, I also really enjoy a good Frugal paid subscription. Most of us probably have Netflix in some form or fashion, and my favorite show that I am streaming right now is called Under the Queen's Umbrella. I cannot recommend it highly enough. It is set in Korea in some indeterminate time in the past, and it tells a rather complicated family tale told from the perspective of a middle-aged woman. I love the strength of the female characters in this show. It's a powerful tale of acceptance and then transformation. If you are a Netflix subscriber, check to see if this show is available in your part of the world and give it a watch. I don't think you'll regret it. I know not everybody uses paid subscription services, but if you do, tell us your favorite Frugal one and what makes it frugal for you and what shows do you like. Number 10, I am a big fan of Frugal moisturizer and I recommend it to you as well. I don't necessarily want to recommend a particular brand. However, I will say that I am really enjoying this one these days. It's from a brand called Suave that's available where I live. This bottle is as big as my head, and I think it costs like $5 and it's lasting a really long time. It absorbs quickly. So I have this set at my kitchen counter and also at my bathroom counter, and anytime that I wash my hands, I can use this, put some on, it absorbs almost instantly, and I can go on about my day and not sit around going like this waiting for it to absorb. And it holds up to repeat applications. It doesn't get layered with grease. So if you're like me and you use a lot of moisturizer and you want to be frugal, you might see if you can find something like this. Maybe not this brand, but something that is inexpensive, absorbs quickly, and can be used a lot. I never knew when I was younger that as I got older, my skin would get drier and I would be such a fan of moisturizer, but I don't really want to spend a ton of money. And this helps me be frugal with it. Do you want some more frugal living tips? Go watch my video on 10 frugal living habits that changed my life. And also, out of all of these 10 or any other frugal habit, what is your very favorite frugal habit? And wherever you are on your frugal living journey, take the next step. Whatever that next step is for you, and know that you are not alone, and I am so proud of you. Live frugally, change your life, and together we will change the world. I can't wait to see you again soon. Nos vemos pronto. Bye!